I contributed an entry to BriansPage. I did. It's very true. I contributed Agiana Alexis in breaking in because for some reason that was not in the database yet. Okay. Don't really know why, but I did. And I filled this thing out very detailed. But the moderator, I guess whoever got it, decided they didn't like what I had written. So they had to edit it. First of all, I obviously included all the details of Kidnapper's Corner episode 253 and provided a link to it. And they removed all of that, okay, out of disrespect to me and everything I've done for this community. Because most of these people are pornographers or fetishers and don't really have a DID appreciation and don't understand everything I've done to grow this community, but that's okay. I wrote some stuff. Oh, so they really shortened it down. Now, I can tell you if you go to the entry on BriansPage, you type in breaking in, and you look at this entry, first thing you'll see is the first paragraph. I wrote, without question, one of the best DID performances of the last several years. They deleted that because apparently they don't agree. Now, I've seen them allow writing like this in some other scenes. So, some other entries on here. So, they didn't agree that Agiana Alexis's performance is one of the best that's happened in years. So, again, no appreciation for DID or just, someone who, well, here, this could probably transition into something else. So, I wrote that stuff. I did promotion. Let's see, at the bottom, I provided the link and everything. Of course, they wanted to delete that. Well, they deleted something else, too. I wrote, at the end, Gabrielle escapes the full treatment yet again, but she does receive a short hand gag at the beginning of the home invasion. Instead, she ties and gags one of her captors out in the woods. They felt the need to delete that part about her tying and gagging one of her captors out in the woods. Why? Because the person moderating this is some kind of homophobe or closeted homosexual and is very uncomfortable with having any talk of a gagged guy written anywhere. I'm surprised they allowed the fact that I wrote that her brother also is tied and gagged to stay. And I would say this could have something to do with why this scene wasn't in there to begin with, because most of the people who put stuff in here, they're so closeted gay or so homophobic that they can't even have mention of a gagged guy anywhere. Like, because it might move. You know, it moved.
I think it moved. Moved? It may have moved, I don't know.
I'm sure it didn't move.
It moved!
And that might make them feel so uncomfortable that they can't have it in there. So that's the problem with some of these people. You know, you look at BriansPage, and again, I wanted to contribute to this thing because there's a lot of scenes I'm going to be doing soon that aren't in here yet. And this was one of the main ones. Not only are some not in there, but some are not including everything. Like the next episode we're going to upload, someone put it in, but they only put in one of the 3 episodes. So, yeah, they had to cut out the fact that this is one of the best scenes in recent years, cut out the fact that I wrote that Gabrielle ties and gags one of the captors, and cut out my promotion so people could actually watch the scene on the world's only damsel in distress entertainment brand. Okay, that's fine. You know, you go to the main page here. I mean, this website is from 1996 or something. I can't believe that this is still the website, that it hasn't been updated in over 20 years. I've talked about this site before. It's great for the database. The database of scene entries so people can find scenes or look up actresses is really all this site's good for. Ultimately, the message forums are loaded down with weirdos You know, and it's most the same people who write the scenes. The people who write the scenes in this database, you know, they didn't allow me to put details of Gabrielle tying and gagging one of her captors, or that Asiana's performance is one of the best in years. They didn't allow that. But what they will allow in the DID database, okay, is somebody to write all about a woman's bare feet and the ability to see up her skirt. They call it upskirt. Yeah, something that 10-year-olds talk about, trying to look up a woman's skirt. These scumbags are talking about trying to look up a woman's skirt while a scene is going on. Can you believe that? Adults talking about that? Upskirt? Yeah, that's allowed. Upskirt is allowed in the scene database entries, but me describing the DID scene and what's going on isn't allowed. That's one of the problems with this community. And I'm going to do a whole other rant video about some more of the problems I already filmed. But yeah, the message forums in here, you go through and look, and all you see people talking about are scenes with underwear, like real creeps in this community. Some of them go around talking about sniffing stuff, whether it's sniffing underwear, sniffing slobber off of cleave gags. They write in the database, they allow them to write about drool hanging on cleave gags, and that's something that's really relevant. Drool and sniffing. Things that are real creepy characteristics that nobody should be talking about. People should be humiliated to be talking about. They allow that stuff in the scene descriptions, but not me saying that Asiana's performance is one of the best in years. That's not allowed, but talking about upskirt and sniffing drool and underwear, that's fine around here. So again, one of the many motivations for me when I got involved in this community to clean up the garbage, to stop giving damsel in distress lovers a bad name from all these perverts, these pornographers, these fetishers, clips for sailors, making all this garbage. And let's look at the main page on here as well. Let's look at what's written here. Again, the mainstream. We know all about the mainstream distressor, the mainstream reviews guy. We know what the word mainstream is code for. It's code for I'm a pornographer and I'm trying to give my work credit. Okay, let's move on. The mainstream scenes just have a certain je ne sais quoi for us that commercial tapes can't capture. Commercial tapes? Tapes? As in VHS tapes? Commercial tapes? Yeah. I don't even know what else to say about that. This is 2019 and they have commercial tapes written on their... Okay. Perhaps it's just the thrill of seeing a famous actor, so the improvement their acting skill has on the scene. Like, dude, your commercial fetish bondage crap are not real DID scenes. They're not DID, they're humiliation garbage. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with acting skills. You're not making a real DID production. We all know this. It costs $4 on clips for sale. Like, give me a break. Ugh. If only... You're welcome for me being here to fix all this. That's about all I can say. The commercial tapes. That's something else. Yeah, so I'm going to continue to add entries into this, and I'm going to continue to self-promote because I deserve it after everything I've done. And we'll see what happens. They don't like me over there. You know, I've promoted this site before. They don't like me because I'm not a pornographer and I'm not a commercial fetisher. That's their clique. The undies, sniffing undies, and talking about upskirt. They never shy away from describing some kind of nudity in a scene. That's just great. But if you actually talk about the DID aspects in the scene, don't do that on our DID database. Talk about undies and upskirt. Yeah, so way too many sexual perverts in this community that have given it a bad name. You want this to pick up and people to work with us and for this community to really grow and for real DID content to be made the way I've been making it the last 3 years, better clean up your act and stop acting like a scumbag. Because real women, not the motel dwellers, the tattoo skanks, the ones that are filming the fetish crap. If you want real women, real actresses, like Samantha and Danny and the sisters that we worked with, if you want these real classy, high-quality actresses to work with us, then you're going to have to clean your acts up and stop acting like creeps. It's really about all I have to say. So, yeah. Do better. And don't contribute to this upskirt crap. Creeps with a K. Peace.